Welcome to the Underground Research Institute plebiscite number 3, and we are back at your ass again. And I apologize, but I'm just entirely too busy. I cannot possibly upload videos like YouTubers. So, it's not about monetization, it's just about information. And if one person is able to benefit from these videos in any way, shape, or form positively in their life, hey man, I did my job. Anyway, there's so much things I'm just so behind. I really wish I had time, or I had someone that I could just feed this information to. Because I'm backed up all the way from before Trump got into office. I have lectures ready to go. I just don't have time. But anyway, today's topic is pimping versus E-Pimpin. Understanding Sinful the P. Now, I have a disclaimer. By making this video, I intend no harm to Sinful the P, and one might even say, why this subject, out of all of the important subjects that are going on today, why are you talking about this guy as insignificant? Well, the reason why is the hottest topic that came to me. I just sat down at the computer and I saw all this activity between a couple of YouTubers, and I decided to jump in because this subject is a larger picture than we think. And I'm not going to go into that now, but we can hopefully in the future, just one of those future topics. So, these small viewers that I get, man, just hang in there. The information is coming. Okay? Anyway, first you need to watch the first video I made, which was, I think it was called Pimpin, a Historical Opinion. Because some of the things I'm going to briefly talk about are in that video. What I mean by pimpin versus E-Pimpin. Traditionally, pimpin, as it relates to American culture, was a closed-off society. It was a hands-on society. Information traveled between pimps and hoes, and even police officers on the payroll, inclusively. That information was not out for the common man, and that's how the business thrived. Men who engaged in that lifestyle had to go out in the streets in order to meet existing prostitutes or potential prostitutes. That's just the way the lifestyle worked. Not only that, they had to move around from city to city, state to state, sometimes even country to country, with those women. And that's just the nature of traditional pimping. Like I mentioned in that video before, around, I will say, the change of the millennium, around 2000, but particularly between, I would say 2002 and 2006 is the emergence of the E-Pimp. And this was just a phenomenon that could have evolved organically, just because of the nature of the internet. It might have just developed like that. Anyway, what happened was it allowed people to connect to people all over the world. And so a guy who really isn't a pimp, but is inspired by, you gotta understand, you have people that were young that got 10 years of indoctrination about pimping and hoeing through music and DVDs and documentaries and movies. Even dumbing, you can say dumbing down the pimp thing to like, the shows like with Exhibit, with Pimp My Ride. So you have a whole generation of people that don't even really grasp the full concept of this lifestyle. And so you have some of those people around the time I said, 2002, 2006, you have this emergence of people being able to falsely present themselves in a certain way and talk to women and get women to actually, get on the Greyhound bus and ride all the way across the country to meet this guy. And so that was, not to mention, Craigslist, Backpage, and all these other avenues that allowed women who typically had to either be in a city like Las Vegas that had casinos, or for the most part, women walk the streets or work escort services, and then you go down, strip clubs, massage parlors, so on and so on. Excuse me. And so, take a drink. So, the internet allowed a woman or a female to disconnect herself from the outside world and just deal with clients electronically. They physically had to meet the clients in some cases, but some women were expert manipulators, and some women made, millions of dollars once this online sex avenues were opened up. So this is why I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about Sinful the P, because Sinful the P comes from that generation of E-Pimps. He probably won't admit it, but I think even Sinful, if he listens to this analysis, some of the things that I'm going to say, if he disconnects himself from emotions, he'll know that I'm right. Well, he knows that I'm right now, but just the simple fact of his timeline. We'll get into that. So basically, just to make everybody clear, you understand what I'm saying, this pimping versus E-Pimpin. And also E-Pimpin, it also corrupted some pimps who were living the lifestyle, and they were living the lifestyle, you could say, according to their rules. And they fell into the traps of, taking dick pics and showing money and all of these social media traps that people fall into. And it changed the landscape of the game, because in person you had to have a certain persona, and it had to be believable. Online, you didn't have to do that. You could fake it till you make it. And that's what we have today. Now we're in 2018. We have a full, 16 years of electronic pimping. And it's watered down the pure image. I didn't say clean, I'm not glorifying pimping and hoeing, but it's the purity of pimping is completely watered down. And E-Pimp, I'll give you some brief characteristics and we're going to move on to Sinful. An E-Pimp is very superficial. nature, because it's based on presentation. So an E-Pimp is gonna go overboard in terms of presentation. It's gonna go overboard. It's gonna be unnatural. It's gonna be cliche-ish. What I mean by cliche-ish is you've heard one good talker, you've heard them all. And it just means that a person hasn't been able to put a small window of words together that sounds intelligent, it sounds attractive, and at the same time it sounds street. It allows a person to attract a certain segment of the population, because people are going to want to listen to that. However, those people who have the keen awareness of how to spot bullshit, they're able to sieve through all of these manipulative techniques. So you find a lot of E-Pimps, especially, over the years, if you're a researcher like me, we just monitored the hell out of YouTubers. I mean, people have been on YouTube talking about pimping for a long time. So there's a lot of information out there, or there was before the purge. They wiped out a lot of information, even just from Google video to YouTube. Wiped out tons of information, and then they wiped out a bunch more. But anyway, looking at those earlier generations or earlier versions of E-Pimps, you've seen a lot of them went to prison. A lot of them, because they're not. See, the pure traditional pimp is, you can say, genius or borderline genius. Especially those who pimp successfully. Not that just were good pimps. I'm talking about pimps successfully. They were successfully away from prison. It doesn't mean they didn't never go, but I'm just saying, in general, they were successful legally, they were successful financially, they were successful socially. And a successful pimp is not a person that goes out there and made a lot of enemies. No, on the contrary, made a lot of friends. A lot of friends in different areas of life. And so you're talking about a complete individual who happens to partake in that lifestyle. And see, that's the difference between these E-Pimps. A lot of these guys didn't grow up. They grew up in broken homes. They grew up with, or they were latchkey kids, or they grew up on pills, molestation. You have it. Drug abuse from a parent that was an alcoholic or drug abuse. This is the common of this millennial generation. This is the common scenario. So it is what it is, and that's some of what we're seeing now. Understanding Sinful the P. Now, you gotta understand, if we were to follow this guy's timeline, now I'm gonna get to when the first time I ever seen his video, but this guy tells us that he grew up in a very strict religious culture, and he was a person who was spiritually gifted, anointed, as he said. So my question is, if that's how the Creator put you on this earth, at which time did you decide to run with the moniker Sinful? So you tell me this story about your life and how strict it was, and how you were the golden child, for lack of better words, and how do from the golden child to, as Dolomite would say, the devil's son-in-law. I don't understand that. There's more deeper meaning, and I think that's why they call it a spell. You spell words. That name, Sinful, is a real deeper meaning. You can say, when you see the subconscious of man using that name, it's if you ponder upon the subconscious of him naming himself that name, it's quite interesting. From the outside, and that's why I say if Sinful listens to this, if he can separate his emotions, because I have no audience, Sinful, nobody's gonna hear this except for maybe like 10, 15, 20 people, if that. So this could be therapeutic for you, my man. It could be. Spiritualism, as I mentioned, the anointed one, spiritually gifted, groomed into being a pastor or minister, started preaching early, and somehow, if we're in 2018 and you're 34, somehow between the age 16 and 21, there's something happens there, because whatever happens in that 5 years led you to prison. And my question is, we know the crime. The question is, the golden child, the awakened one, the spiritually gifted person. How do you get to prison? Being that person. Or should we think about this word sinful again? I don't know. Also, if it's 2018, we know what got you to prison. That was not pimping. That was E-Pimpin. E-Simping. So, you had no game leading up to prison. So, your time in prison, you get out, 2011, and now you're gamed up. Right? You're gamed up. By the time we see, we is correct. By the time we see your first video, and when I say we, I'm talking about my people, it was the video, the very first video I saw and I shared with a few, was the video when you spoke about Snooki next to the pool. And the first thing I noticed is like, who is this guy? And he's speaking as if he is the criterion to judge between the people who's pimping and who's not. He was correct about Snooki. Okay? Snooki was a snitch. However, those people who had their feet on the grounds in the early 2000s, particularly in certain cities which I won't name, those who, I can say, were professionals about that lifestyle, they knew know, in fact, Snooki had a nickname called Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Because let's just say some of the main people in his group were known boosters. Okay, known boosters. Okay. And if you come to certain cities and you got a crew of boosters, certain cities, you're gonna make that city hot. So the people who do it at a certain level, they know what time it is when a person like Snooki come in the town, and a certain type of heat that he brought, because there was 3 of his women that no matter where they went, they were followed by undercover cars and people in plain clothes. Anyway, so he was correct about Snooki. But that is the glimpse of the beginning of the platform of Sinful as we see it over here. And the question is, how are you qualified? Okay, yes, you came out of prison and you can say he's a snitch, you saw the baby, you saw the paperwork, that's fine. But you're not qualified to question his pimping. No way. You're not qualified. It can't come from you. But online it can. In a world of social media, where anybody can create a lane, even someone talking about things that they don't have a clue about, or they get from conversations and conversations and conversations, but no or very little real hands-on application. Okay? So this whole platform is built on you beginning on telling who's a pimp and who's not a pimp. And we can understand that really you were, by even your persona, it was disrespectful for all those people who really do it. And it's more of a gimmick, it's more about followers, it's more about views, it's more about platform. I mean, and even how you've used your platform to align yourself up with certain people, like Tommy Sotomayor. I mean, Tommy Sotomayor has been exposed on multiple different levels as a dirtbag. Okay? You align yourself up with him. Then you align yourself up with Sinetta TV, another dirtbag. Now you align yourself up with Hassan Khan. And I can't call him a dirtbag, but what I can call him is a liar. Okay? You even aligned yourself, or used your platform to align yourself up with Polite. Now, the crazy thing is, I see femininity in you. Okay? That doesn't mean that you're a homosexual. Are there homosexual rumors about you? Yes, there are. Do I believe them? No, I don't, and I don't care if they're true or not true. But what I do always live by is most, I would say 99.8% of gay rumors applied to an alpha male never, that's what I'm saying. It never happens to a real man. People will say anything about you, but they won't say that you're gay unless you really are. That's why just, whenever people talk about rumors and, gay rumors or something like that, person and when I see other elements, I never just disregard a gay rumor. Now somebody rumoring about rape, stealing, killing, I won't pay that no mind. But when it happens to be homosexuality, for some reason, that's just me and I can be wrong. But my life experience tells me that people don't lie about other people's, they don't just make up a grand story about someone's homosexuality. And like I said, if they do, that shit'll melt away so fast. But the thing about it is, you have no street credibility as far as the game is, the way you talk about the game. I'm not saying you've never been on the track. I'm not saying that you haven't been a track monster in an area or two, but just making a couple of videos or you know, talking shit on the track, which I think you shouldn't do anyway, that's just a violation. I don't know nobody who's really doing it who's videotaping himself. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying, that's that DVD genre, where you got these guys who, in the DVDs, they got the champagne glasses and they popping shit, and the guys want to go out on the street and do that. Okay? Only certain cities you can really mash on the track like that anyway. And every video you show, you always in Arizona. As if Arizona's the livest track on the West Coast. Anybody with some years on will tell you that's not true. You know, you don't make no videos in Vancouver, BC, or Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, or San Francisco, or Hawaii, or I mean, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that the people that you align yourself up with all have an aura of homosexuality around them. You have no track history. No real track history, not to be talking about the game like you do. You align yourself with all the fuckboys of the YouTube community. And the cool thing about it is simple. I'm not really directed toward it. I made this for the public so they can understand what you're doing. And like I said before, and it manifested, I said, when it's all said and done, it's not going to even be about pimping. You see, he has to keep the pimping relevant on his channel. It's not going to eventually, ain't going to be nothing about pimping because he doesn't have nothing to offer based on his own timeline he gave us. What can he tell you about pimping? The best thing he should have done is he should have had a show similar to Michael Roy, except that he's not a filmmaker, and he just shoot the game with pimps on his phone and put it on YouTube. He would have won everybody like that. All you had to do is just keep bringing pimps and having common people and hoes or whoever call in the show, and everybody would have forgot about how you came in. But once you started, and it's funny how you guys say clout chasing. Everything that, not everything, there's a lot of things that Sinful talks about he does, like the little cliche little words he puts together. And there's a show where he talked about that significantly, and he doesn't. I mean, every pimp can pop some shit, but to just be talking like that all the time, that shit is corny. An OG pimp who started pimping when he was 15 years old. He hit the blade, he turned out at age 15, 16 with 2 hoes and never stopped, never looked back. He passed away years back. But he taught me a valuable lesson. You know, this guy, when he would see guys like Sinful, he'd say, oh, he's gang struck. He got bit by the pit bug. And see, and what he used to say is, he says, when you get bit by the pit bug, you got a virus. Now, the only way not being able to talk like that, game is knowing a 13-year-old girl when you see one. Because you're a man. A man will know a child from a woman. And the simple fact that today he still defends his action, that the simple fact that she had ID, he defends this point, the same point that he said in court, he defends it on his show. Which is a mistake, because you cannot defend that action. Knowing that in the pimp game, pimps always know how to get a fake ID because some of their girls are over 18 but they're not 21. And they need that 21-year-old ID to be in certain places. Every pimp that moves around knows how to get a fake ID. So the simple fact that she gave a fake ID, and that's had us all convinced. But your intuition, but you say you're Just understand this. Because I think there's value, but like I say, I personally believe at the end of this, it's not gonna be about pimping. Because there's no pimping in your life. Very little. Okay? I mean, if we were to equate you to the people you like to throw around names, you know, like Gorgeous Dre and Gangsta Brown, you're not even close to measuring up. You didn't put in not even, I would be willing to say, I'm sure you have not done 365 days of city to city, state. You have not done 365 days, airplanes, rental cars, hotels, motels, extended stays. I know you haven't done it. You try to claim victim sometimes. A major violation. You made a dirty dick, chippy motherfucker move. So horny you'll fuck a little girl. That's what it is, man. And if you don't get to that point, you will never recover. Don't give me that. I thought she was young. decisions in their lives based on all the information that you've given you, not even consciously knowing that they've done it. And that's why I believe it's a duty from the public. And that's what he is. He's there for followers. He's lined himself up with the people who are into all that. The Tommy Sotomayors, the Sonetters, the Polites, you know, all them YouTube motherfuckers that brainwash the masses. And it's just my duty, you know, to let you know, just like I would let you know about Sonetta. All them guys, it's if it, like I say, what don't come out in the wash, it comes out in the rinse. If it, yeah, I respect you more and disagree with you if you just say, yeah, I fucked a little bitch. And what? But you ain't doing that. You ain't doing the E40 song, if she bleeds, she get fucked. You ain't doing that.